I'm one of the lucky ones to have grown up in a generation where I actually started out with LPs, moved to cassette tape, moved to CD, moved to CD MP3, and eventually moved to a fully solid-state digital format for my personal audio needs. It's sad because the emerging generation, the younger Generation Y crowd, grew up in an era where it was purely digital MP3 files and almost nothing else. And they will never know the quality differences between an LP, a CD, and a cassette tape, and an MP3 file because they were not exposed to those technologies unless their parents were really cool. What we have here is a traditional CD player. This one is from 1992. This particular device was far too expensive for me when I was 8 years old at the time, or 9 years old, unless my parents were wealthy, and they certainly were not. So I was forced to use cassette tapes, which was okay. I mean, cassette tapes didn't skip. They were cheap, and I could record whatever I wanted onto them. And as time progressed, recording to a compact disc became more and more affordable and more within the grasps of most people. So they started burning mix CDs, and I was one of those kids who, in high school, started burning mix CDs. But it was around that time, in like 1999, when Diamond Multimedia released their Rio MP3 player. It was the first portable MP3 player to be available to the masses. And it was a terrible little device. It only held about a handful of highly compressed songs, and it just didn't sound great. Battery life wasn't that great. Flash memory technology at the time was quite limited. But they really wanted to push people. They wanted to sell products. So a lot of companies producing their own MP3 players, such as Diamond Multimedia and Creative Labs, created their own versions of the MP3 player that did not use flash memory because, like I said before, flash memory was expensive, and it was unreliable, and it was low capacity. We're talking 32 to 64 megabytes on the more expensive models. That's not a lot of space. And portable flash cards, like compact flash cards, were even smaller than that. I mean, I believe the largest CF card that I ever saw was somewhere in the neighborhood of 16 megabytes. So they came up with a technology using existing technology. Now this is more of a transitional technology, I call it, because almost like how the Stanley steamer was involved in replacing horses with horseless carriages using old technology but merging it with new technology, the CD MP3 player was one of those transitional technologies. What it actually did, it didn't have a typical CD-ROM, CD player mechanism. It actually had a modified one that was more akin to a CD-ROM mechanism. It was a higher rotational speed using a much faster digital to analog converter that would actually, this could literally function as an external CD-ROM drive had it had the interface connection available to it. Whereas a typical CD player spins at like 360 RPM, and only that speed. Well, of course, the speed is variable based on the position of the laser. But anyway, so the Rio Volt and the Creative Labs Nomad were CD players that could function as normal Discmen, that's the colloquial term Discman, or it could function as an MP3 player. And what it would do is you could actually record 24 hours of compressed MP3 audio on one disc and play it on this device continuously without repeating a song for 24 hours. Of course, the amount of audio that could be stored depended on the compression ratio. This is just one example. This particular player I paid $1 for, but it sold new for probably about $150 back in '99, or maybe even more than that. I know these were expensive, but nowhere near as expensive as the flash storage units. It was often thought at the time that MP3 technology, or digital audio in general, solid-state audio, wouldn't take off because the quality wasn't there and the capacity wasn't there. We're talking a time when if you had a 128 megabyte flash memory chip, or had that capacity, you were dealing with some serious cash because they were not cheap. Not to mention the legality issues at the time. I mean, this is during the Napster fiasco, when Napster was sued and forced to shut down, and the underground audio distribution networks were starting to really take a hold on the younger crowd, meaning my generation at the time. I know that I had participated in my own fair share of illegal music downloading, only to purchase those files legitimately later on, because the quality of the downloaded files were horrible. I'd like to take a quick side note here and talk about how illegal downloads actually expanded my musical horizons and got me into some seriously unusual stuff that I've paid for legally. It actually got me into jazz fusion, which is a genre that is so diverse and so unique. There's no telling what I might find whenever I find a different artist and explore their discography. I mean, downloading illegal files got me into many rock bands, or got me into purchasing, albums from other rock bands that I would have never heard of, like Frank Zappa, or Steely Dan, Donald Fagen, Rush. Actually, it's because of illegal downloads that actually got me into becoming a Rush fan. They've sold concert tickets based on my illegal downloads, and of course I don't do that anymore. I mean, I pay for everything legally because now I can sample files legally without breaking any laws or spending any money, and then if I like it, I buy it. Anyway, this isn't about me, this is about this device here. This is the Rio Volt. Model number is PSX100. This dates back to 1999 during the Sonic Blue generation, or Sonic Blue period in Diamond Multimedia's history, when they had merged with S3, which was another video card manufacturer. And it's not a very high-quality product. It feels kind of chintzy. I mean, this is typical of portable CD players of the time period. They were not the best quality devices. If you want quality, you want something like this. This is from 1992, but it has no anti-skip features of any kind. Now, this device here still works. I just tested it out, and it took a little bit to get it going, but I did get it to work. And it actually, when I bought it for $1, it came with this: Sounds of the Season, 24 hours, 64K Windows Media Audio. There's another thing, is DRM. This device will play those encrypted files, or those DRM-laden files for Windows Media. So let's go ahead and pop a disc in here. We're going to put a genuine MP3 CD in here from God knows when, and we're going to play it. To turn it on, you press the play button, and the display lights up, and it starts to load. And then it makes all kinds of gurgling sounds. And then it shuts off because it's a piece of junk. And it shuts off again. I'm pretty sure those batteries are new. I don't know why that would be. I just had the thing going too. Oh, then it shuts off again. All right, let's try another approach, shall we? Alright, I wonder if these batteries are bad. I didn't get a low battery warning, so that's why I'm a little skeptical. There. Okay, we got new batteries here. Let's try this again. 24 hours of pure seasonal bliss. I like that backlit display. That's a nice feature. And it shuts off. I swear to God, it'll work. It'll work. I promise you. I just have to be persistent. Yeah, this thing has a problem. It's got 99 problems, and working correctly isn't one. Is one. No, wait. Yeah, whatever. I think it's dead, guys. I guess this is the end of my video. Let's try a standard audio CD. There's a format that I sadly it never really took off. Is SACD, Super Audio CD. I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. High quality audio CDs. Let's try this. Nope. No, not going to happen for us. What if I take the audio connection out? No. No, no, no. No! I guess it's dead, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It does not want to work. It's not worth fixing either. I mean, come on, give me a break here. Let's try that. Usually works sometimes. Oh, I think we may have fixed it. Yep, there it goes. There we go. And I've determined that this is actually one file, so it's one. And I can skip through it if I try. Notice how the disk stops spinning, because it's already loaded the file in memory, or loaded a portion of it, and eventually it'll spin up again. Watch this. I'm skipping through. Eventually it'll run out of buffer space. There it goes. This music sucks. Navi. Sounds of the... That's all that's on there, huh? Okay. Equalizer, normal. Rock, or jazz, or classic. Ultra bass, normal. Mode. Oh, there's the repeat. Let's see, shuffle. For one play only. Shuffle. Shuffle all. Normal. Plus 10. I don't know what that does. Now let's go ahead and pop in an audio CD. Then we'll take it apart. Maybe find out why the hell it doesn't work. Half the time. Maybe we can fix the problem. Ever think about that? Maybe we can fix it. Make it better. Yay! Okay. This is a an unreleased Steely Dan album. I don't know if it'll get picked up by the copyright Nazis. Hey, it skipped. Oh, I think I had it in intro mode. No, that just skips 10 tracks. Yeah, it's in intro mode. There we go. That's why it skipped.
Take the worst of this whoopty world, roll it up in a ball.
Doesn't sound too bad coming from those Bose speakers. Now let's go ahead and crack this sucker open and see why it insists on not working. I'm sure there's something simple like a broken widget or something. Get these batteries out. Come on. Come in. There we go. These are brand new. I don't want to lose those. There's a little bit of corrosion in the battery compartment. I'm sure that has something to do with it. I gotta find some screwdrivers. Yeah, I wonder where they might be. Opens up like a clamshell. And I already have my suspicions as to what's going on here. No, I don't. I'm only kidding. So this is what it looks like. Tough actin, tin actin. Alright, what could be going on with this thing? Why is it such a piece of crap? Why does it insist on not working? Well, let's remove the laser mechanism. Ooh. Careful. Careful. Alright. What the heck? That doesn't look good. It looks to me like yeah. It looks like a little bit of solder. Maybe this was deliberate. But something has basically cut into this ribbon. I mean, look at that. I'm trying to get my camera to focus on this, but it's not happening. This thing is not very good with macro shots. But anyway, there's like a hole in the middle of the ribbon, and there's solder. No, that looks deliberate. Just by looking at the way the cable is made. It might be for test purposes or something. The only other thing I could think of is perhaps one of the terminals for the battery compartment is loose. But that's not really the case. The board's not broken. I don't know, it looks pretty good to me. It's pretty simple though, pretty simple. The audio circuitry is separate from the logic. My initial thought was maybe it was the battery door or the battery compartment having the issue, but I don't think that's the case either. Look at the size of that motor. That's pretty big. Pretty good sized motor for one of these. I don't usually see them that big. Alright, let's put it back together again. Okay, what we're going to do now is actually watch it play a disc. I've put some tape over the door switch, so it shouldn't give us any trouble. It's hunting. Don't want those copyright Nazis coming after me again, so. And it's going to stop. There it goes. Now, of course, it's all stored in memory. So we can start unplugging stuff. So there's living proof that the MP3 CD players can still play even with half the mechanism removed. Isn't that cool? Let's watch what happens when it realizes there's nothing there. Ah, what the hell, let's put it back together again. I'm going to fast forward to the song a little bit. Nice. Now let's wait for it to stop again. So right now it's caching as much of that song as it can. Now it's done caching. Take it back apart again. Alright. I think we've proved a point. I don't know what point that is. I don't think we need the door either. Unplug the door. Yeah, we don't even need the door. I wonder what else we can rip off of this thing. No, we need pretty much everything else. Well, I think that's it for this video. I have nothing else to contribute. Should probably reassemble it and put it back together again. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Before the song runs out, I say. Uh-oh. Might have to remove the board. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It buffered out. Buffer ran out. Whoopsie. Now it's like, uh-oh, where's the disc? Wait a minute, where's the mechanism? Help. Help. No. Alright. Plug the door back in. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it shut itself off. It just said, you know what? I'm missing too many parts. I can't function. Screw you. You've removed my guts. Now I will remove your soul. Plug all that back in. Put the mechanism back in. While it's on, of course. There's no other way to do it, right? There we go. Put the cover back on. Put the screws back in. All the while not shutting it off. Oh, wait, there's a switch. We need to put the switch back in there. Where does that go? Right here. There's the hold switch. Okay. All right. So, what have we learned, kids? Okay, we put it together again, and now we're going to put our little MP3 CD back in there. Let's see if it shuts off on us again, huh? Eh? I bet it was just the door switch. Probably malfunctioning. I like that sound. Still works. Okay, guys, I think the dead horse has been beaten.